Super Tuesday was just that for Joe Biden and Donald Trump, at least in Oklahoma. Both won their presidential primaries convincingly. So what's next? ONR's Jason Doyle digs a little deeper into Tuesday's results.
Super Tuesday's presidential primary is the starting point for this year's election cycle. On the Democratic side, Joe Biden beat Bernie Sanders by 14 points.
I thought it was going to be a closer race, but as it turned out, things were decided pretty early on in the evening.
The final tally, Biden with 39% of the Democratic primary votes, Sanders 25%, and U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren, born and raised in Oklahoma, finishing with a disappointing 13% of the vote.
To simplify what happened is the Democrats wanted to take their party back. Joe Biden is a Democrat. Michael Bloomberg really was a Republican. and Bernie Sanders is a socialist who's an independent.
Biden's big comeback began in South Carolina last Saturday and resulted in 3 candidates dropping out of the race prior to Super Tuesday. Warren and Bloomberg suspended their campaigns this week.
Interestingly, but not surprisingly, a lot of people did not know who they were going to vote for 48 hours before the election because so much changed in those last 72 hours.
Republican strategist Chad Alexander believes former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg, who spent $500 million of his own money to capture 5 delegates, got in his own way.
Came out of nowhere, spending tons of money, started hitting 20% national polls, 21% national polls. Even though he wasn't on the ballot in Nevada, he went ahead and did the debate. Fallout started right then. He had a horrible debate. When he was on the stage, he crumbled.
Oklahoma Democrats will send 37 delegates to their national convention in Milwaukee with just 2 viable candidates still standing, Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders.
Certainly this is by no means a finished race. We're going to be seeing, I think, a ramping up in both of the candidates.
Republicans will send 43 delegates to Charlotte in August, and all of them will be pledged to President Trump, who beat out 5 other Republican candidates with nearly 93% of the vote in Oklahoma.
In Oklahoma, only 6,000 more Democrats voted than Republicans yesterday when Republicans have a non-competitive primary. The Democrats altogether had, I believe, 306,000 votes. Donald Trump on his own got, 279,000?
The focus now turns to the state's campaigns and issues. One of the races drawing national attention is the 5th Congressional District, currently held by Democrat Kendra Horn.
But we are going to see a lot of interest, I think, on a national, international level even, on Kendra Horn's seat. Because, as you know, this is her first time in Congress, and she's going to be defending her seat.
It's going to be a tough race. Kendra Horn has a ton of money raised. She's a very good candidate, ran a good campaign last time, and she's a very good candidate. She's going to run a tough race.
8 Republicans are vying for the nomination to unseat Representative Horn.
Yeah, I'm coming back for another turn.
On Thursday, Senator Jim Inhofe announced via Facebook that he would seek a 5th full term in the U.S. Senate. He faces both Republican and Democratic challengers. Oklahoma voters will also decide State Question 802, the Medicaid expansion proposal.
More than 300,000 people expressed their desire to expand Medicaid, and we've simply been waiting for the governor to set an election date.
Monson says her group is demanding Governor Stitt set the election date for the state question.
Signed by hundreds of Oklahomans expressing their desire for the governor to, as soon as possible, like immediately, call for the election to expand Medicaid coverage here in Oklahoma.
There's going to be a state question that you're going to be asked to vote on. There's folks that came in and ran a state question. It'll either be on the summer or in the fall's ballot. We haven't decided when we're going to put it on there yet.
Currently, there are 7 active initiative petitions ranging from sentence modifications, marijuana legalization, redistricting reform, and firearm regulation. And the governor, talking to the Greater Oklahoma City Chamber's Chairman's Breakfast this week, said he would also like voters to increase the amount of state revenue that can be set aside and saved.
I'm also going to ask the legislature to send to the people a vote to raise the rainy day cap. Constitutionally, our rainy day cap is stuck at 15%.
Voters in Oklahoma have 4 more election dates to be aware of in 2020. April 7th will be the local Board of Education general elections. June 30th is the state primary with a runoff, if necessary, on August 25th. It all culminates on November 3rd with the general election. Jason Doyle, the Oklahoma News Report.